Good morning.
Good morning from Don and Carol Pickel. It has been too long since we've had an opportunity to see you or to visit with you, and we're hoping that this COVID thing will be over before very long. There are some encouraging signs, though, with vaccinations ramping up and the days getting longer. Spring is here. Easter is just around the corner. And our cases in Manitoba, at least, remain quite low. So there are some encouraging things happening. I had my vaccination last Friday. Carol will be getting hers this Friday. And she's going to share with you a little bit about the family right now and how they're keeping.
Okay, all of our guys and their families have been able to work during this entire time of COVID, for which we're thankful. Craig and Jen and Lydia are still residing in New Brunswick, and Troy is in Toronto, and he's been able to work at home and also at the place where he's working. Shane and Brenda and family are all on Vancouver Island, except for their oldest son, who lives in Vancouver, and they too have been working through the entire time. Jared, Angie, and family will be coming back home permanently in May because the position that Jeremy had as teacher at the school is now ended, and because the government would like all Tanzanian teachers to teach at Haven of Peace Academy. So they'll be coming back in May permanently, and they'll be taking up a position with Africa Inland Mission as representatives in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. So it'll be really good to have some family nearby.
Maybe you've been wondering what we've been doing. Our regular schedule of visiting churches and travel and sharing about the Cuba ministry. Of course, everything has been in lockdown, so that has not taken place. Normally, we would do 2-3 week ministry trips into the Maritimes and northern eastern New England. Twice a year, and then of course being in ministry trips into Ontario and Saskatchewan and Manitoba, but everything has been curtailed as far as that is concerned. And even our trips to Cuba, which we have done sometimes up as many as 4 a year, generally 2 or 3 in that vicinity. Then our other reps take teams down as well, but all of those have had to be canceled. We had 2 teams planned for last April. Those had to be canceled due to COVID. And then November, December, January, February, now March is through. April is upon us, and no teams until maybe in going out to Cuba, maybe in November, which we are hoping for. But we're able to get money out to Cuba, not as rapidly as we would like, but getting it out for projects, although there's very little in the way of rebar and cement available in Cuba right now. Most of the money we are sending out is going to assist pastors and their families right now. Back January 1st, the government eliminated one of the 2 currencies and have stuck with the peso, and also along with that, is prices have risen for food and almost everything, up to some items up to 400%. Well, the government employees got a sizable raise, but those 2/3 of the population who aren't employed by the government didn't. And so it makes it very difficult for pastors and their families to get sufficient food. So what have we been up to? Well, there's always an awful lot of correspondence, and Carol and I are both involved in that. There is phone calling that has to be done. There's administration work that has to be done with the Cuba field, and filing as well. I like to go through the files every year and delete a lot of stuff, and that has been completed as well. I'd like to leave with you a few verses from Psalm 46. And it goes like this: God is our refuge and strength, a very ready help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth shakes and the mountains slip into the heart of the seas, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains quake at the swelling pride, And then down to verse 6. The nations made an uproar, the kingdoms tottered. He raised his voice, the earth quaked. The Lord of armies is with us. The God of Jacob is our strength. Just a couple of prayer requests. Pray for Cuba in general regarding the shortages, terrible shortages of food, and long lineups to get food, and the problem of finances and poverty in that country, and that COVID would be conquered in Cuba as well. And then, secondly, would you pray for Pastor Samuel? He'll be retiring in September, and Pastor Michelle will be taking over, and he'll be our liaison in the country. So we want to leave you with those prayer requests. Again, thank you for the opportunity of visiting with you today, and we trust that you have a happy Easter.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye now.